The US and Iran trading fresh attacks in what's seen as their most serious clash since a ceasefire took effect in April. The latest exchange rattling ongoing efforts to broker an end to the conflict. Iran's Revolutionary Guard says it targeted a US airbase in retaliation for American strikes near the Iranian port city of Bandar Abbas. Iran's supreme leader accusing the US and Israel of trying to destabilize the country through the attacks. Iran's foreign ministry, meantime, condemned what it called violations by the US on Bandar Abbas and vowed to defend its sovereignty. A US official said that American forces launched strikes on an Iranian ground control station and shot down 4 drones in the area. The US strikes came after Iran fired at vessels attempting to transit the Strait of Hormuz. The attack is the second by the US in 3 days. And for more, Blake Sifton, who has been tracking developments for CNA, joins us live now from Tel Aviv. Now, Blake, the tit-for-tat strikes, that's raising questions about the fate of the ongoing negotiations to end the conflict. So how are the US and Iran both framing diplomatic efforts at this point?
Good evening, Angela. Well, this second outbreak of violence in only 3 days is certainly raising fears that those talks could break down and that the war could resume. Like the attack on Tuesday, U.S. officials do seem to be trying to downplay the severity of this incident. A U.S. official speaking to the Reuters news agency said these actions were measured, purely defensive, and intended to maintain the ceasefire. But unlike that U.S. attack on Tuesday, where Iran pretty much only responded with threats, this time they say they have responded by targeting a U.S. base, which is believed to be in Kuwait. Now, it was only a few days ago on the weekend when a deal to extend the ceasefire by 60 days and to reopen the Strait of Hormuz appeared imminent, but that deal does now appear to be in jeopardy. On Wednesday, President Trump said that he was not satisfied with Iran's latest offer, and he threatened to finish the job in Iran. And he also dismissed a report in Iranian state media that a framework for a deal is being discussed that would see the Strait of Hormuz reopened, but the transit through the strait would be managed jointly by Iran and Oman. Now, President Trump, in quite a shocking statement, threatened Oman, a key American ally in the Gulf. He said Oman will behave just like everyone else or will blow them up. Now, for their part, Iranian authorities have said that one of the key remaining sticking points is the $24 billion in Iranian assets that have been frozen by the U.S. According to Iranian state media, they want at least half of those $24 billion unfrozen and released before a deal can be signed.
Blake, thank you so much for bringing us the latest. That was Blake Sifton reporting for CNA live from Tel Aviv.